Nothing important. It's fine.
Are you ready to get passionate about bentos?
No.
I know I am. Can someone leave a comment in chat real fast so I don't? Never mind, it works.
Oh no.
Alright. Larry, go ahead, you're the host.
Egg clipped me reading that comment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Anime Analytics Otakus Anonymous podcast, where we will be talking about. Can anyone hear that? Can you put the mic closer? Bento. We're going to be talking about anime bento, which obviously people are fighting. Synopsis is that at the end of the day of the markets, the bentos that doesn't get sold gets a half off sticker, and right when sorry, mother walked in, and right when the sticker are placed and the employee leaves, everyone fucking fights for the half off bento. Like like as you can see, it's about like fucking GIF images. It's a war zone, and it's not like slappy. It's like martial arts. I'm gonna kick you, roundhouse kick you in the nuts. It's fancy, and that's literally the plot. I don't think there's anything like plot wise. She's just fighting over half off food and honor. So let's get started with all the basic questions.
I'm taking
Hello,
stock
not gonna-
President Otaku
Oh,
Anonymous.
I totally forgot that.
I'm Echo, the Scottish one, once again.
Go.
I'm Larry. I'm your host today, and I like.
He also recently suffered a stroke, which is why he's talking like this today.
Hey, that's mean to the people who actually have strokes. Hello.
You're right, I'm so insensitive.
My name's Silverstray, and today I'll be the voice of reason.
What fresh hell is this?
Oh no.
If Silver's the voice of reason, what the fuck's happening?
I don't think this is good.
This is terrible. I'm Sunny, and I give you a good dose of vitamin D every day. You're welcome.
Ah yes, the vitamin D.
Hello.
I'm I'm Echo, but touch extraordinaire. Got you. And with that, we're gonna go with our next question. The what's our famous?
You start
what?
with the first.
Huh?
So,
We're gonna start with our most infamous question. All right, guys. What's the most infamous question that we always start with? Anyone knows? Takers? Anyone?
raise your
Random quiz?
hand.
Raise your hand. Echo, I see you raising your hand.
My hand is not raised.
Echo, what's the first question we ask at every podcast?
What
Ding,
How
ding,
are you
ding.
doing?
Before,
Not
what
fast
did
enough.
you think before you
Not
watched
fast-
it?
Not fast enough. What did you think before you watched the anime, Diggy?
I thought it was gonna be stupid like defrag. I was waiting for like this. I was waiting for
Why
a
you
shit
gotta
anime.
talk about defrag like that?
I was waiting for a shit anime. I was like, okay, let's get ready for some harem with a concept bullshit. But it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
There was no harem. I loved it. All right, Echo.
So I watched 5 episodes back when it first aired, and then I was like, this is kind of dumb, and dropped it, or 4 episodes and dropped it. And I was kind of in the same boat as Diggy. I just thought it was just going to be a dumb dude surrounded by a bunch of cute girls, and a bunch of bullshit happens, and that's it. But it was actually pretty damn entertaining.
Is that not what it was?
And not really though. Like it was a bunch of bullshit happens, but also a dumb dude's involved, and then there's cute girls. It's the order of operations that was different.
The order of
So
operation.
it's basically the same.
But it was fun to watch. That's the main thing though.
Like the words order of operation.
The PEMDAS, if you will.
And
Headmass.
PEMDAS.
PEMDAS, yes. That.
PEMDAS. Please tell me somebody else here knows what that is.
I'm sorry, we're not all old farts.
Got him.
Oh, wow. I feel real bad for all of you. Does anybody in the chat know what PEMDAS is?
Please explain.
the
I don't want
Please
you to feel
explain.
bad
I don't
for
want-
me. Explain.
It's the
Don't
fucking.
feel bad for me.
It's the maths thing, is it not?
Oh, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, which is percentage.
Yeah, we know what that is.
Parentheses. Okay.
Okay, I was real
Uh-oh.
worried for a second about the
I just-
future of the
No
planet.
one, no one cares
Oh.
about math.
Yeah, no one. And
What are
also,
we? What
Math
is
and
this,
science are the
school?
two things that are the most important. So you can't get bento
history's
without math
kind
and
of-
science.
Okay. I thought this anime was gonna. I didn't know when I usually just go into anime and be like, let's see what the first 3 episodes are, because sometimes, just like bento, you really don't know what you're getting into. But when I read the summary, I was like, okay, so it's one of those like random bullshit plots. But let's see how they execute the plot, and they took it as serious. So it was like there's a comedy. There's a type of comedy when it's a serious comedy. Like this would be a serious comedy because of how fucking serious they were with the plot. But the plot's really fucking dumb. So I don't know what it's called, but yeah,
I
But
get
I
what
re-
you're going for.
I didn't expect anything.
yeah, where like in the comedy, the characters
taking
are
it
taking
seriously.
everything 100% seriously, and everything is like dire
Over the
life
top.
or death situations.
Yeah.
But it's fucking hilarious.
I think it's called like dire comedy or some shit. Anyways, but yeah, I wasn't
I think
expecting
so.
anything. I just straight up watched it blindly. I never really have this feeling of this kind of anime. I'm gonna watch this. This is what anime is gonna be like. But yeah, so I don't really have an opinion for that question. Over.
So before going into it, I thought, because Echo was like, "Oh yeah, it's fighting over food." I was like, "All right, sounds kind of cool." And then I started watching it, and I was like, "Oh, seems like this might have a pretty okay plot, as well as just being some sort of harem and fighting over food." And then that went away. Like the plot ended, and then it just kind of did things afterwards. It changed halfway through, and I was very confused.
Okay,
But-
Sunny, your turn.
Well, first of all, when I started watching this, I was hungry, so it just made me hungrier. I did think it would be a harem, which it. I mean, I wouldn't, not by definition. It's not. Wouldn't think that from the opening though. I actually thought this was a lot like Defrag. I will disagree with that. Like it felt pretty much the same. It's that same comedy style that Larry was talking about,
Oh yeah.
and it was the same kind of. They were in the club less, but they were still club activities. I did
And-
expect. I heard that the animation of the fighting was amazing, and it was, and that was probably the strongest part for me. But I knew that there would be like crazy fighting.
The reason why I hate Defrag is because their motives had absolutely no motive to a motive. It was dumb. I hated it. This one, at least it was like, oh, it's dumb, but they make it make sense. Which I agree, which is why I brought on Defrag to begin with, because, like, it felt like Defrag, except it did something different. That's all I gotta say about that.
Ken's got a point. Why not just hate all anime?
I
That's
hate
probably
anime.
I hate it. I hate anime.
Are we Isaac?
Yeah.
Where is
We're
it
all
now?
Isaac deep down. But so now that we covered what we thought before, how about after? After seeing all 12 episodes.
Say it louder so the stream can hear you. 'Cause
What
there
do we
was
think
music
about all 12 episodes?
After watching.
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I think that's what saved it. I really liked the main character because he wasn't dumb. He was just very honest about him being a pervert and wanting food. and I like that. But that was like about it.
We
Nothing
love
else I could
food.
really point out and say it's great, you know.
Before I answer, I'll read Mark's thing. Mark says, "I had no idea what this was about. I didn't read the synopsis either, and it really surprised me. I liked it a lot after the first episode. I thought it was going to be about making food, not beating the crap out of people for food." Afterwards, I really enjoyed it as well. I kind of suggested it because like everything I've suggested before has been things that I've watched and I know are good. So I suggested this because it's like I have no idea what this is really, and it could easily be just as bad or just as good. And I thought it was great. And I like black tights. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Black tights with a little bit of see-through, so you can see that skin, right?
With a little
Yeah.
bit of see-through.
Yeah. Where they like they stretch a bit around the
No,
thighs,
No,
so like they become
I understand what you're
And then
saying.
you can see the
they
skin.
No,
they
no,
become
I
a bit more
understand.
transparent.
Ooh,
checking.
goodness
I
gracious, know exactly
am a
talking
girl.
about,
We
right?
do need to purchase these every so I
Black
know what
or
you're
white
talking
tights?
about.
Black or white tights, Echo?
Oh, black.
Black.
Oh,
White
that's
tights don't
actually,
work.
no, that's actually really difficult.
Oh,
think white.
I get it.
I see white tights less often.
But you choose white. White is like that princess kind of thingy, but black is like
Mysterious.
bitchy. Mysterious, bitchy. Like, come on.
We are true deviants.
Okay, if
Bitchy.
someone was to step on you, white tights or black tights?
Oh my god.
All right?
Bitchy.
White.
Black.
You want white?
Larry, where do you get black tights equal bitchy?
I don't know.
That's an affront to women right there, Larry.
Oh,
You'll
you're
have
right.
to
And men,
catch me
and
first.
men.
egg.
You're right.
Any
Sorry.
men who wear
There's
black
only-
tights, come on.
Sorry, Diggy wears black tights a lot, and she kicks me a lot, so I just kind of associate black tights
Oh
with Diggy
my
sometimes.
god, why had to be so creepy about it?
Not creepy. You just hit me
Oh
a
my
lot.
god, you're such a creep.
Actually, Larry, that was a little creepy with the question that you asked right before you mentioned that.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, black
Tone
tights.
it down.
Black tights. Anyways, anime. It's probably one of my favorite animes because if I can remember a title and a plot, it's good. Because I've seen a little too much anime in my life. I should be going to jail for life because of the
Same.
amount I've seen. And Bento is an anime I'm pretty sure I wouldn't forget. Like, maybe not like scene by scene, but I did not forget the plot. Like, there's a bunch of fucking crazy people fighting over half price bento and
Yeah,
honor
it was
system.
it
Like,
was ridiculous enough to remember.
yeah, like I'm not gonna forget bento. So I was like, yeet, this anime was fucking good. I love it.
I love that Santa suit eye catch so
I know,
much.
right? The Santa suit one's so good.
So good. Also, did you notice that Shogo is wearing those sick limited edition Sonic the Hedgehog high ankle Converse
God damn.
No.
that I really
Yes.
wanted? That I really wanted back in 2010 and I couldn't get any.
Oh
What
my
the
God.
fuck are you guys looking at? I couldn't even
Oh
see
yeah,
that.
this was funded by like Sega or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really obvious.
Because there's
Yeah,
Sonic the Hedgehog
Sonic
posters
everything.
all over his ceiling.
And Virtual
It is.
Fighter.
Yeah, Virtual
background
Fighter
on
and
his
Virtual
phone.
On. They like
I-
name video games by name instead of using like generic ones.
I have a question though. Why is his ringtone a fucking dial-up tone?
I thought that was fucking funny. Wait, that was in the
This
Japanese
made in
version too, right?
2011.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
In
That was so
2011,
fucking
I had
funny.
a dial-up noise as my ringtone, so like I
Why?
felt that because it was great.
You're on top of the game. You about to give
That's
him the Ugandan
hilarious.
knuckles. Look at
Because
that.
I'm a nerd, and it was a hilarious ringtone,
It was.
and it would
funny.
annoy everyone.
It
Oh,
would give
also,
everyone
uh,
flashbacks.
I just wanted to say, while looking up all the gifts for this, I kept finding Ben from Star Wars, and I never noticed how attractive he was. Like I was attracted to him as Kylo Ren, but like as just a person, he is, oh my god. Like, have you
Oh,
seen
Adam
him?
Driver.
Yeah. Holy shit. I'm gonna send you some pictures. Hold on. Like, go on there.
Silver. What? Okay, so we're on to Silver though, not after the anime. What do you think now?
After watching it, seeing I literally just
Mm.
finished it during the pre-show, I thought I had it kind of pretty much what was going on with the beforehand. I felt like I knew what it was when I was going into it, and I was pretty right. There were some little parts that were hilarious, like that gif right there.
I know. I love when she gets fucking kidnapped. The show's
Yeah,
funny.
the whole kidnapping. What was her name? Like Oma Chirio or something.
Oh my mama shinderu, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Oishima, I think.
Yeah, it's like something.
Yeah,
like
and then
that.
getting kidnapped all the time by Uma, and yeah, the little comedy parts like that. The little girl with the
Yeah.
raccoon hat was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't even know why the fuck she was in there.
It was so there is not really much sense to this anime. It seems like this anime was made just to make it. Like I said,
Yeah.
the beginning, the first half of it,
Product placement.
yeah, the first half of it totally had a plot that made sense, and it resolved in the first 6 episodes. And then, like, the last 6 episodes, it was like, okay, there's still kind of a plot here, but it's a different plot now, and other stuff is going on, and then it just ends. And that confused me a little bit, but it was still super fun. It was a good time.
Oh god, what's this picture that Eggs just sent me?
Sunny, how do you feel?
I watched it and I started liking it pretty well. I mean, it's ridiculous, just flat out ridiculous. Of course, they're beating the living shit out of each other over food, over like $2.
I would fight my sister for a can of 7-Up, Sunny. You don't understand.
Yeah, but if you did what they did here, the injuries would be a lot more expensive than the can of 7-Up.
You don't think she's kicked me in the rib for some edibles?
I mean, I was gonna say
Has
you don't
massive
see
amounts of blood been drawn and people fainted?
When you say it like that, it makes that's weed.
I was
Don't
gonna
say it like
say,
that.
I was gonna say, you've never seen me in Morrison's at 8 p.m., but we have free healthcare, so like we can do whatever we want.
Good lord. I remember when I broke my wrist. Oh god, the ambulance was so expensive.
Yeah, Larry
Yeah.
fought over
Format.
gravity with the earth. He lost.
I fought gravity and the floor, and I fucking lost. It was not a good day.
Well, what do you
Your wrist
expect?
fought the pavement and gravity. The formula is figured out very early on. Oh, they talk about fighting for food and then they fight for food. But the action scenes carry the show. I don't know why the action scenes are so well done. That's
Because they
absolutely
have
ridiculous.
that sick Sonic Adventure money that they're pouring into it.
That Virtua
Because-
Fighter.
Because
That
you
Virtua
all
Fighter.
know that that's what Sega has been coasting on all these years, is just that sick Sonic Adventure money.
Already know.
The 2 plot arcs are hard to follow, and they don't.
They don't really
They're
connect
not-
very well.
Yeah, they're not important, and it does make it feel very segmented. It's just like the first arc of the East versus West and the second arc of the 2 of the twins. It's
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter. It's all about fighting over, and that's what it delivers on. I didn't like it as much as the show continued to go on because the formula is the same, and you can only be like, wow, they're really beating the shit out of each other for that eel right there. So many times before you're like, yep.
Have
This
you
eel
ever
is
had
fucking
eel, Sunny?
good. I would fight
I will
someone
fight.
for
I
eel.
would fight.
I would
someone
fight for eel too. Okay, I will wreck you for some unagi.
I would find another way to save the $2 and buy the full price eel.
I'll just wreck you for some unagi. I don't care how much it
Good
costs.
thing I don't
have
have
to.
any.
I don't have to save the money. I'll just wreck you for some unagi.
Like, yeah, like if it had to be the cipher, you could have eel, and all I had to do is like beat up this person and be like, oh, all right. Who do I punch? Just grandma? I'll do it.
Sunny's what's her face? Oh, Yashiro. Step, 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 step. Yay!
Well, she's the smartest one out of all of them. She didn't need a fight. She just took
She
it.
just
That
snuck around
gift
took it.
Iggy.
To
She's
be
like,
fair,
Oh my
she
god, that
got her
gift Iggy.
ass. She got her ass handed to her a bunch of times.
the first day she got stepped on.
Oh yeah, she got knocked the fuck
Holy
out.
shit, she got elbowed in the jaw and just.
You know what? Let's talk about our favorite characters now. Sunny, yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
already gave yours, right?
Yeah.
Did you read chat?
Yes.
Let me scroll back. I agree too with the tights thing. Thank you, Mark. I don't think I'll ever forget this anime. It was so out there in a great way. There was so much product placement, and I thought the ringtone was hilarious. The only thing I was slightly disappointed in was the ending. Other than that, I enjoyed this anime a lot. And Eel is amazing.
We should take Sunny to go and eat eel when he comes in a.
And
July.
X says Echo doesn't want to read any chats because I'm here and he's afraid. Well, suck it, Egg. I just
Afeared.
read it.
Afeared.
My dad and sister have had eel. They like
I've never had eel.
the normal, it tastes like chicken thing.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken in the sea, but it's
I don't
really
like
good.
a lot of seafood, so I only really like salmon and fried shrimp specifically.
Well,
Oh,
that's because you don't have a good grasp of it. I mean, you guys eat sheep intestine stuff.
I mean, I
sheep.
can't. Well, so I I live by the adage of
The bay.
I can only eat if I can. I can only eat it if I can kill it, and I can't swim, so I don't eat a lot of seafood.
I don't like most seafood.
Seafood
I
is
like
generally
salmon, though.
amazing.
I like salmon.
And yes, we are getting takoyaki egg. Anyway, favorite characters.
I had a
Diggy.
really off idea.
Diggy, what's your favorite character?
oh, the guy, the class president. Oh, now actually, I don't want to say that after what Larry said. Never mind. I want to say the one that likes to get stepped on because he's hilarious.
God.
Oh,
you know
that
what?
guy
The no face bitch, the one who just never shows her
Hair
face.
dye.
never has a face.
Brunette.
Well, you see it. You see it right at the end.
Yeah,
At the very,
end.
very
At
end.
the very end, where her stomach growls, she gets eyes. Like, bitch, you could see.
Brunette.
She's great.
All
I
they
like
do is
her.
call us a brunette.
My favorite character was Krillin.
Krillin was a good character. I liked Monk.
Krillin was pretty
and-
cool.
And for a serious answer, I liked Shogo. Just because I like someone that plays fighting games. That was
My
it.
my
She was good.
non-serious answer. I like the twin, the older one with the not so much hair.
With the
compared to
shorter
the
hair?
sister. Yeah, the shorter hair. That's my not serious answer. But my favorite character, it's probably got to be the Ice Queen because like she was so sassy. But then like as you keep watching it, she is a bitch with emotions. She's just sassy.
Sure. Well, so you watched it you watched the English.
I
dub.
watched it in English dub, but I watched it in Japanese a long time ago.
Okay, because she isn't really sassy in the Japanese dub. She's
Yeah,
more
the
like
sassy one, she's
deadpan,
straight
like,
up
cool.
yandere. Not yandere, she's straight up kudere.
Yeah.
No emotion, just a fighter. That's why she's the Ice Queen. But like in the
I like
English
Ice
one,
Queen better as what was it? Ice Witch better as Nice Bitch.
and she's got a little bit of emotion, so it's like, you know, she's like, you know, you really don't have to. It's really chill. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, that'd be cool. She's like that, and I'm like, yo, that's fly. And I also like her biker boots and how she fights.
Yo, yes, those
She kicks.
boots.
The boots, like hit me in the side with those boots and knock me out. Put me out of my misery with those, please.
Same.
Larry, you're getting weirder and weirder.
You say that like
I
you
just,
don't put
I
up with
seriously
this
just
shit from
turned off
me every
all
day,
my
Silver.
hearing.
Well,
No
no,
one
no, no.
just-
See, I know Larry. I
Everyone
know.
just mutes.
I
until
know
I'm done.
Larry. It just the things he's saying is getting weirder and weirder for IRL, not just Anime?
Sorry, when you meet me, you're probably just gonna have to shoot me on the spot because I'm so fucking.
He has
weird.
met you.
I have
Well,
met
you-
you.
Too
yeah, I know,
late.
you're gonna have to shoot me in the spot now because now you're discovering things after you meet me.
Well, no. I mean, like, you just like, oh yeah, those boots, kick me in the side. Yeah, knock me out. Literally 5 minutes
Send me to the
earlier,
hospital.
you're like, oh yeah, you know how many times Diggy kicks me in the side.
Oh,
You gotta think about what you're saying and the progression of those
you
things.
oh wait, you right. Shit.
I just want
I'm not gonna be the one who's shooting you on the spot.
I just want to move on, please.
Diggy just wants to live a quiet life.
There
I
is
just want
no
to have
quiet
10
life.
cats and live by myself forever. So we just move
This is
on.
10 cats.
And we're out here having stand battles and asking to be stepped on.
You guys see Adam Driver in Shitpost, by the way? Just a side conversation. Sorry about that. My god. Anyways.
Oh shit, you're just putting a shit ton.
Silver, who's your favorite character?
What was her name? Ayami? Asebi? The bad luck little girl.
Yes.
Yeah, her.
Because there was no reason for her to be there except to just have
She's-
hilarious moments.
She's a stage hazard.
Yeah, like
Stage hazard.
there was
That's
no
a good
reason for
word.
her to be there.
She's the fucking lava on Brinstar in Smash Bros.
The episode where they went to the water park and she just pops out of the sewer and she's like, "Yay, the underground the underground water slide is so fun!" Because she doesn't know that everything that's happening to her is terrible, and she's enjoying it all, even though it's terrible for anyone else. It's great. It's great. Super awesome character. No reason to be in the anime. Anime doesn't even need to exist. There are better ones, but great. It's great.
He's right.
Sunny?
I agree with Echo and I disagree with Echo. I
Oh.
love Asabi. She's amazing. She's so optimistic and she just goes forward. She doesn't care what happens to her. She's fine with whatever. But I do not agree saying that there's no point to her being there because she is the best character. She should be there. She's amazing.
Sonny, that was me, not Echo.
I meant Silver, not Echo. Damn it.
Yeah, you just called me Echo, which is an affront to Echo.
Now
I've
you
been
must
called
have a
worse.
I don't know
idea.
how I
I've been-
got you two confused. Actually, I was thinking.
I've been
person
called
that just-
worse, don't worry about it.
I thought person that was just talking above me, but no. Agree and disagree with Silver. Asabi is my favorite character. She's so optimistic and
Her
just...
character design's really cute. Like
Yeah.
the scarf twin, like the
Hat.
scarf coming out at either side, and then the ears on the hat, and then the dangly things on the hat. Such a
She's
strong
great.
design. Yeah.
She's great. She's the best character. And a show
She
that doesn't need to
actually-
exist.
She actually reminds me of the main character from Dream Eater Mary. If anyone.
And she works for everyone because,
Oh. Wait,
tights
is
are
she?
black and white.
No, striped is a different category altogether.
Oh my
Striped
god,
and
there's that
patterned-
gif again. God, that one should
Striped-
be there.
Which
striped
one
and
is
patterned are
it?
two
Which one is it?
the
There's
swim-
two
the
in there.
swimsuit one.
I laughed. Oh, that one? Oh, okay. And
The
then she with
black
the
and
head.
The black and yellow swimsuit one.
Mark says, "I think my favorite character had to be Yarizui. I actually thought I wasn't going to like her at first when her character was introduced. I thought she was just going to be another one of those types of characters, but she really grew on me. Also, she was really strong, and getting to know her more and more, I loved her character. I just thought she was really cool. And I feel like if Asebi became a brawler, she could wreck everyone without noticing."
Just walks forward, everyone just happens to slip or beat the shit out of each other, and she just picks it up and walks out.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah,
like,
that would
spots
be
a
amazing.
penny. She sees a penny, bends down to pick it up, and like 3 guys all try and punch her at once, and all punch each other and knock each other out.
Quick question, because I didn't realize that Yaruzi was the Ice Witch's name like they were saying it, and I was like, "Who is that?" And then it took like 2 episodes for me to realize, because like the first half of the anime, they don't name her. She's just the Ice Witch or Senpai, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden she has a name, and I was like, "Wait, what? That's her? What?
I
When did that?
always,
When did
I
they say
always
that was
forget
her name?"
Like everyone with a nom de guerre, as they keep calling it, because this is fucking Metal Gear. Um, everyone with one of those titles, I could never remember their name apart from Shago because her name is so short.
Well, I just don't even remember them saying her name, and then just her name is there all the time. All of a sudden, I thought it was a different character that we hadn't met yet that they were talking about. I got real confused about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys think of the soundtrack? Like, I felt like the soundtrack was like a variety of shit, right?
It was like an unexpected hit. I just
Like-
because
Uh-huh.
we were watching it together, me, Larry, and Diggy, and like we would be talking, and then we would stop talking, and then the characters would stop talking, and we would just notice the music.
What do you call it? During that one scene, when the girl's on top of the other girl, and then the book falls.
You're gonna need to be more specific.
Just as background. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
just-
you were gonna
just
find that
kept-
song.
It just kept going. It just wouldn't stop.
Which
Yeah, for
reminds
sure.
me, I need to get the Yakitake Japan ending theme video for my stream.
Larry, you want to take the reins anytime soon?
The next question is, who's your favorite fighter? 'Cause now we got characters, but who is
yeah.
fancy on? Who is fancy on? Who is the fancy footwork? This is just an open
wizard.
discussion. You like the wizard? That's a cool name.
Wizard.
That's a pretty cool name, though. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
I think I like the twins. I think they're my favorite. It's either the twins or Ice Witch. I can't decide between the two of them. Because I totally like. Why did no one else think of just using the baskets as weapons?
That's
Sure.
true.
Like, why isn't there a motherfucker running about just clad in them like a big turtle?
There's
That
that
one
lady
guy-
that uses
that-
a shopping cart.
He's
Yeah.
got like two
And
on
that
his
Well,
guy-
that's
back.
a big war.
That's the guy swung a shopping cart. Don't forget that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he did. Yeah, that was really early on though. I'd forgotten about that.
That was halfway through.
That was really early on, and I'd forgotten about that.
I agree with Diggy with Wizard. He was pretty cool, but then also whatever his name was, the guy who was like second in command and was freed of the necklace by Machan.
Oh yeah, that guy. He kind of
was
looked like
pretty
the
cool.
wizard. I think he thought he was the wizard, but he was.
Yeah, he did look like him.
He was pretty cool too. Like for fighters, like yeah.
He. I still like the
This
ice
is a
queens.
great open discussion with lots of
Right.
like
I still. You know what? And bringing up that picture, I really like that girl. The one of the employee one who was called the Monarch Butterfly. That girl.
yeah,
Oh
Machan.
yeah.
Yeah. Fucking love her design. Design was hot.
Yeah, she was married.
She got married and then she retired as a wolf and then became a god of a what was it called?
Half price and god.
Half pricing god. Yeah.
Yeah. But like for a married housewife going to the water park, what like that was weird. It's like, wait, cool, you're on vacation, but where's your husband?
I don't. Oh,
And why
speaking
does
of,
why does that one dude have such a hard on for you, even though you're married?
Yeah,
because they're best friends.
Ah,
They were friends in college. You know what? Speaking of the water park, what is your guy's favorite dish? Like you had to pick. You got a bento. Which one? I really want that rice boob one. That shit looked good. That shit sounded interesting.
Two
I
different
kind of
kinds
want.
of fried rice.
I want the eel from the final episode.
The eel. Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
heck's with that GIF image? Why does it look so raunchy?
Because it
I
is.
noticed it. I just
There's
noticed
like
it.
there's
Which
like
one, the
4 gifts
swimsuit?
here.
No. What,
The
what-
head
No,
one?
the other one.
The one which is giving
Yeah.
head.
There's like 4 gifts that are just interspersed in here that are like super raunch gifts.
Yeah, they are.
Real quick
I
to
didn't
catch up on
realize
chat.
that.
Mark says, "I really liked the soundtrack. It didn't seem like it had a singular direction, but it worked out. My favorite character is Yarizui, which is also my favorite. My favorite fighter was Yarizui. Sorry, I can't read. My heart rate's still at 4,900 from that match of PUBG. Which is also my favorite character, and also why I was slightly disappointed at the ending. I wish Wizard had more time in the anime. I thought he was going to show up at the end, and I would have loved to try the eel bento."
Eel sounds so good.
It was just eel and rice though. It's just good eel. You know, you could go out and go get eel, but that was like an omurice with
That-
condensed milk. That
But-
sounds
but
interesting.
Seeing
That
how
bento-
soft and easily torn it was by like the chopsticks. I don't know what eel should be like, but that looked amazing.
Eel should be
That's-
like
that
that.
is what it should be
Diggy,
like. Yeah.
Diggy knows what good
It
eel
should
is
be
because we
like
had
that.
some.
Mhm.
I've had
So
so much
the-
video.
The image on the slideshow that was like 3 or 4 ago with Yarazui in the bento,
Yeah.
that bento also from the show looked really good. It was like I forgot what if it was chicken or pork balls and then like natto and rice and stuff.
Mm.
Oh, I hate natto.
I'm gonna need to get food after this.
I mean, I'm not a
Oh,
huge
yeah.
fan of natto, but the rest of the bento looked amazing. So that was the one where after one of the fights, like Yarazui and Shego like stole like half of the balls, and main dude's like,
That
"You
did
didn't
look
leave me with
good.
much food.
Stole it all.
He didn't leave me with much here."
One of my favorite scenes when the main guy was fighting, he was like, "Is that a whatever bento?" And he starts describing what's inside. He's all like screaming, excited over it. And I'm like, dude, man, it's good too, man. I would take that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted that omurice boob one. That shit.
I didn't know if I mentioned this before. I hate Shaga. I hate that character. She's so annoying. Did anyone else feel she was annoying? I hated her.
He was like,
She seemed like the trope character. Like they put her in there for what she was doing, which was annoying the hell out of the relative character by being like touchy. It's like when that first started happening, I was like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah.
I literally, like, out loud, by
Did a
myself,
verbal groan.
like, rolled my eyes and went, "Come on!"
Okay, same until she was like, "I'll fight you at Virtua Fighter, and if I win, you have to do what I want." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm down. I appreciate this."
See, as a not relative of her, I would be down for that.
Yeah.
But her challenging her cousin to that and letting her be like, "If you win, you know, you can." Was that when she was like, "You can touch them nude"
Yep.
or
Yeah.
something? Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah. It was bullshit. I didn't like any of that.
Like, if they weren't related, maybe they would have been fine. A little bit less. Gah.
Yeah, just because of the whole character trope. I don't know. I
Like,
hated
why
it.
do
That
they
was shit.
need to be cousins?
Exactly.
Why do they need to be cousins? Like, if they weren't cousins, she would have been a better character.
Yeah.
Mark
Ah, that
didn't like her nor hate her really. And yes, Ig. Not all the time, but correct.
You should see his test results.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Show the class. I'm sure.
Link.
No, no.
how did ever anyone feel about the twins? Diggy said she didn't like the twins.
Oh no! I didn't care. I was indifferent.
I like the twins
who liked the
better in
twins?
the Japanese dub than I did in the English dub.
I like the twins a lot.
feel like-
Someone said they didn't like the twins.
In the English dub, the twins had less personality.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Twins were okay.
I
Well-
barely listened to the English version. You know, weeaboo and all that.
I
Really?
just most of the time I just don't even bother trying to watch the English version unless like one of you guys is like, "Oh, the English version is actually pretty good."
The English
might try
version is actually pretty good. We saw
Yeah,
that
I
in
actually-
English.
I actually enjoyed it in English. It was pretty damn funny.
Yeah. But it
Like-
does have it's not like old school anime, you know. It's definitely
Well, I mean, I've already watched it at this point, so I'm not going to go back and watch it in English just to get the English version feel of it.
yeah.
But like beforehand, if somebody had already seen it, was like, "Oh, the English version is pretty good," I would have tried a couple episodes in English. But most of the time, it just English
Yeah.
voice actors just don't know what they're doing for some reason. I don't know why they have to either be overly loud or like super squeaky sometimes. It's like you just do a normal voice.
The main dude did shout all the time in the English dub,
Yeah, he did.
which was kind of funny. And I didn't notice him doing my pet peeve with English dubs, which is fake shouting, where they shout, but they weren't actually shouting when they recorded it. They were like fake shouting, kind of like this.
Oh,
Where
I
they just like
get yeah.
change the inflection of their words a bit and like sound a bit more aggressive, and that's it. They don't actually shout because I don't know, the neighbors at the recording studio would complain or something.
Like recording studios don't have soundproofing. But like
Yeah.
I didn't even get the feel like watching the Japanese, like watching the sub, it didn't feel like he was shouting all the time.
It wasn't.
He
it
was
wasn't.
excited. That's what he was.
The-
He was like, "Is that a bento? Oh!" He was
Where's
like
that
that.
I didn't even get that from the sub. Like I didn't get a is that a bento? Oh, I was like
The
I got
gif
more
of
like
her
a-
falling down the stairs, just eating shit.
like I didn't even get the like, oh, is that a bento? I got like more like a man, I need some food. Hey, look, cheap bento. I'm poor. Like, I'm excited. I can get cheap food, and then a fight happens. Fucking
Uh,
lemon.
Mark says my favorite scene with Shaga was when she got wrecked by Yarizue. I wasn't really feeling the twins until the final episode where you got to learn a bit more about them. Then that weird Hercules dude became the character I didn't like, and I like the English dub for this.
Shit, I was supposed to mention something, but I totally forgot.
Uh,
I had my funny pet peeve. It wasn't a pet peeve. It was my funny one line joke. Was when they kept saying they need to go to Ralph's.
They kept saying that. Wait, was
Ralph's
it
store.
said in
Ralph's.
Japanese?
Ralph's store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ralph's store.
Ralph's store.
Made me laugh so hard.
Hilarious.
We gotta go to Ralph's. What?
Did you have any other questions lined up, Larry?
Mm,
So
not
lewd.
really. God, that fucking GIF image though.
It is very
It's-
lewd, huh?
Not what went down.
Would you guys fight for bento?
Oh,
I already do.
Fuck yeah.
I like in real life, of course I wouldn't. But I mean, if like they're like challenges, like play me fucking rock paper scissors for, I'm like, fuck yeah, I will. I had the shit first. Like I
Although-
would fight.
It wasn't for bentos I was fighting today. It was for Innocence movies reduced from £2.30 to £11.
I do not know what he said.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Wait, what's going on?
I'm just gonna straight up die.
Oh no.
Sonny said that, and I just started sweating for some reason. My body had a reaction to those words that my brain did not.
Oh, I'm just gonna straight up die. Holy crap!
You okay, Silver?
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
dead.
Okay.
That was real good. Cause I know exactly what Echo said, and then just Sunny's reaction. Ooh.
I felt like
Um,
that was what I had to say.
That was strong.
if there was a like actual Fight Club set up, like how it was set up in the show, I would totally fight people.
Yeah, if I wouldn't get jailed for GBH
Yeah,
and
yeah. If it
possibly
wasn't,
murder.
yeah. If it wasn't, like, oh hey, you get to fight, and then you get to buy the food and walk out
Because
and eat the food.
the fucking twins, they were killing people. There's no way there were 0 deaths from what they were doing with those
At
baskets.
least
Yeah.
5 fatalities.
That was so
Yeah.
funny when they beat the ice witch. That
Like
was so
when they
how they-
when they
how
both
they
tried
beat
to
her
do
with
the
the
thing at either side of her head, that was
Oh
a
yeah.
murder.
I was like, she's
That-
fucking dead.
The
They were
basket
trying to
dragon
kill her.
twister,
Surviving
she's
that.
fucking dead. I know. I was like, holy shit.
Just
these
take
are
the head
bad
right off
people.
and keep it between the two baskets.
Yeah.
They're trying
Hang
to
it up on the
fucking
wall
murder
as a
her.
warning. There's that gif again.
Sorry, there was only
So-
so many gifts. I got distracted
Well,
by fucking Adam
yeah,
Driver.
That black and yellow swimsuit gif though.
There's only so many gifts I could have found. I felt like there was something else I was supposed to mention. I'm so distracted by the soundtrack. 'cause
Let's
it
just
goes
talk
from
about
really
Adam
quiet
Driver.
to intense. Okay, what's your favorite thing about Adam Driver?
I've never seen Star Wars.
My favorite thing about Adam Driver is that skit he did where he was the communications guy and he was like, "Yeah, my
He's like
friend saw
undercover
my friend saw
boss.
Kylo Ren in the shower. He says he's got a 6-pack. He's ripped."
It was so stupid. I liked how he killed the guy in the end. It was great. Well, I could get Kylo Ren's lightsaber right now. That was great. Anyways, how was your guys' day? Oh, the anime! Animated this.
Yeah,
There's
who
a
animated
show!
this? Because the fight scenes were animated amazingly, but then some of the other scenes were kind of crappy.
It's a good
It was
question.
really good for 2011, I think.
Uh,
Not good,
I
but you
wouldn't.
know,
Motion.
there.
I wouldn't say any of it was crappy.
They do
Like some
JoJo!
of
They do
some of
JoJo!
some of it was like really
Chill,
sort
all
of
of you now.
simplistic, like that, like the gif of the girl falling down the stairs where the image of her character just moves up,
Yeah, that was
rotates,
really
and then
weird.
moves down. That adds to it. That makes it more funny.
The opening
Oh!
looks slightly weird. When
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
Zooming through, but it's David production.
Yeah,
They did
I agree, Echo.
JoJo.
Oh, really?
yeah, they know what they're doing.
Like I agree, Echo. Like the certain scenes where it's simplistic adds to it and it's good. I just thought some of the scenes weren't. Like they could have either been more simplistic to make it match, or better animated, like the fight scenes to make it match. There were like the scenes in between that were just like mediocre anime, like not anime, mediocre animation, where it was like you didn't go with the funny, like simplistic, and you didn't go with the over the top, really good. You just went like, oh, it'll do. Like a lot of the scenes where they're just like hanging around and talking about food and stuff. It's just meh animation.
I would knock Shaga the fuck out if she ate the best thing out of my bento. She'd be fucking dead. Like
Yeah,
frozen
nobody
to the
be
who
touching
says-
my bento.
Who
I
says
just
they
fought-
can't fight outside of the convenience store?
Yeah.
Like I just fought for this bento. You fucking try to touch anything in this box,
Like the best
bitch, you're
thing
losing a
to-
hand. Cutting it right off.
Dead.
Yo, but for
Who's
real,
ready
right?
for
See-
story
see-
time?
See if someone kicked my ass and stole the lunch I had been eyeing up all day. See, as soon as they get out of that supermarket, they're getting fucking stabbed.
It's gonna be a crime after this.
Who's ready for story time? When I
I'm
was a kid, I used to
ready.
always save the last the best thing for last.
I know where this
Oh,
is
no.
going.
And then my sister would be like, "Oh, can I have some?" And look at her. I'm like, "Fine, bitch." And like, she would eat the meatballs. I'm like, "Bitch, you know I was saving that shit, motherfucker." And then after that, from now on, I always eat like half of it halfway now. So then when bitches ask for my food, I'm like, "Go ahead. You can't eat the best part, bitch, because I already fucking ate it, bitch." Or right when they ask, I'll eat the best part right in front of them, then hand it to them, and then they'll look at me and be like, "Hey, the best part," and I'd be like, "Bitch, I know." Fuck off.
Larry, there's this thing. It's a word.
It's called
It's called
sharing.
no.
Oh.
No, it's called no.
Oh,
They-
that just
I have
highlighted
some-
the massive differences between me and Silver's personalities right there. That one exchange.
Can I have some? No. Like if you're
That's
afraid that
great.
somebody's gonna eat the best part of your food, like
but
you
I do
just
that
say
Gonna have
shit.
to
no.
knock me down, bitch.
But I do that shit too. So
Mark says when I was like a little kid, I don't know why I used to always save the longest French fry when I would go to McDonald's. So I do the
Yo,
opposite.
Mark.
I eat the French fries in order of longest to shortest.
The longest French fry mark?
All right. So Mark, I didn't go that far. I didn't find it days
Okay.
later. That's a little over the top. I was gonna say bro fist for saving the longest fries for last because that's what I used to do. But
And
I
I'm
didn't
not- I'm
save
not
them
gonna
and find
stab
them
you,
days
Rick.
later.
I would rearrange my Skittles, but that's it.
rearrange.
You
I
walk-
just eat the
Diggy?
food normally.
Like you get the Skittles and you throw them on the table and you rearrange them by color.
Yeah, because you want to eat the the good colors and not the bad colors.
Because
You
you're
know,
training
the
to be a
ultimate
serial
thing.
killer. Okay.
Oh
I
no
get
no
it.
no
I
no!
see
It's
that.
because I wanted there to be an even amount, so I would eat the odd ones out, and then I'd have the perfect amount, and then I'd eat the rest.
Oh, okay.
Is that a serial killer thing to do? It's not. I think that's normal.
I
That's a
don't
normal
know.
thing.
I was talking to someone about all of the obsessive compulsive things I do, and he was like, "Oh, so you're a serial killer?" And I was like, "What?"
Oh,
And I felt I genuinely feared for my own personality.
you're fine. Probably.
It's fine.
You're fine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's fine.
Have anyone had a really good bento lately?
No, although I did make that egg thing today that I didn't know was a common bento thing. What was it called?
Shit.
Tamagoyaki. I made that
Yeah.
today. It came out fucking fantastic. I'm excited to cook more. But I ran out of
Oh,
egg.
look at all these pictures
Do
of
you-
Adam Driver.
Mark, do you want to go get some bento later?
Yes. I invited.
We could
Better
actually
be
go this
invited.
week. We can actually go this week, like after work on a Monday. We'll just go take a trip. Like, hey, let's just go to a store.
Mark is sick. But if he's up for
Hopefully
it,
he'll
then
feel
let's go.
better.
Mark is sick. Is it because wait? Is it this Mark? Is it because the fries?
Yeah.
Monday
Sick,
sounds good. Alright,
absolutely
let's see if
sick.
we can just go out for the day. See if we just take a drive.
I hope I'm better by then too. I keep sneezing. I'm supposed to take my medicine! Alright guys, let's give this anime a rating.
Oh god.
I
Rating
feel like
time.
there wasn't much to talk about in this anime anyways.
There's no plot. It's just a bunch of ass kicking and a bunch of good food and a bunch of good. Oh my god! I think
It's
the
just very well
compared to
animated.
the Japanese version, I think the English version had a shit ton of sexual innuendos. Like it
I
was a
have fought
shit
for my
ton.
lunch
did.
before!
It did
I've
have.
literally fought for my lunch before!
You beat up that kid for your gummy sharks.
That's exactly what happened in kindergarten!
Okay.
I won.
Diggy is a wolf.
Apparently. I'm an ice
Oh, wait,
bitch.
did you win?
Yeah, I won.
All right, then you're a wolf.
His head went right into a bench, which I didn't know would be like that.
Yeah, apparently he gave him a bloody nose.
What the
Ow.
fuck, Diggy?
No, okay, he threw me in a sandbox. And when I got up, he was looking through my lunchbox, but he was kind of like knelt over the bench anyways where my lunchbox was sitting. So I got the back of his head and I pushed it into the bench. And he sat there
Got
crying
him.
with his bloody nose, and I ate my gummy sharks.
Tiggy straight up savage.
You know what?
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
I would break someone's nose for some gummy sharks. I like.
Were they the
gummy
blue and
sharks.
white ones?
The blue and white ones, yeah.
The blue and
Hell
white.
yeah, I'd break a
fucking
nose for
good.
those.
They're
Mhm.
amazing.
Good
So
job, Tiggy.
this
I approve of your violence.
Oh my
The-
god.
this podcast has just showed how unhinged we are from normal society.
And I just
Are
want to
you
get
sure?
my food and eat it, and
Sonny just wants to be done so he can go get
I'm
food.
just
Everyone,
no,
let's
no.
get food right
I just
after
Let's
eat
this.
talk
food
about the line
normally.
quality in the anime.
I just eat food normally, and
shit,
everyone else
Mike.
is like, I'll beat a bitch down for some food.
That GIF that was just on the screen with
Dude, that scene was hella
Shogo.
awkward.
Shogo and like the embrace or whatever. That was one of the scenes where I was talking about where it was like mediocre animation. Like she had like dots in her hair and stuff.
I think I know.
Like
what
her
you're
hair
talking
wasn't
about.
just colored right. It was like they had put dots in it. Like it made it kind of look like old newspaper comics.
Are you sure that's not just the GIF? Because people do that on GIFs so that they can compress better.
I think I know what he's talking about.
I remember it might just have been the GIF, but I'm pretty sure I
Hmm.
remember that from the actual show because I saw that. I remember thinking the newspaper comic thing while I was watching the
Okay, because
episode.
I didn't remember noticing that, but I do know that's a very common thing when you make GIFs for Tumblr, because Tumblr's not up their file size for singular GIFs yet, so you need to like do all the fucking cheap tricks.
All right,
Not the stand and not the song, the actual cheap tricks.
let's rate this. Let's rate this bitch.
Let's rate this.
Rate
Let's
'em.
rate this bitch. I give this anime 6 out of 10. It was neutral, but it was more of an enjoyable experience than it was plain old whatever. So yeah, a 6.
Woo.
I give this 7 Sonic the Hedgehogs out of 10. It would have got a 5 or a 6, but every time a Sonic the Hedgehog poster showed up on screen, I felt a little bit happier, and that upped it a little bit in my books.
I give this a 7 out of 10. I have this. I feel like it's an anime I could share with someone who's not into anime, but there's just those scenes that I can't share, and that downrates it. But because it's an anime that I could clearly remember its name and plot, it's up there. 7 bentos out of 10.
I give this a pretty average 6 as well. Fight scenes were great. There was no plot. There tried to be a plot, and then they just threw it out instead. So that kind of lowered the score for me. And yeah, mostly it was like
Yeah.
real good fights, real good action. So it gets a nice hearty 6 Virtua Fighters.
Well, I give this 7 pieces of chicken in the bento out of 10. That's a rather meaty bento. The animation
meaty
was really good. The plot was basically non-existent. You know, it's that bare minimum there to kind of piece it all together. So it's not just we literally just animated people fighting over food and nothing else, which they probably could have made and it would have done rather well. The characters were at least mostly interesting. There were a few of them I didn't like, a few of them I liked quite a bit, but overall, yeah, 7 out of 10.
Mark says, I would give this anime a 7.5 out of 10. The story was a little all over the place, but everything else I thought was great. I liked the characters and the soundtrack, also the animation for the fight scenes was top notch, and the food looked awesome. I'd give it a higher score if the ending wasn't so disappointing for me. I really liked the Ice Witch to come back. get her revenge on the twins. She was my favorite character, and she didn't get a redemption I wanted to see. Other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed the anime a lot, and I would recommend this to anime and food lovers.
Well, I do
Food
love food.
lovers.
I do love food.
Wasn't there that anime that was like, you know how you get those animes that are like 3 minutes long? Wasn't there one of those? Yeah, wasn't there one of those that was just every week? It was just really well animated food just on a table. It would be like a rotating camera
I
shot.
think I remember that.
Yeah, it was like
Not
3 or 4
familiar.
years ago or something.
Yeah, it was like
I think I remember that too.
a minute long intro, a minute of food rotating, and then a minute long outro.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it right now, and I can't. And like that was literally all it was. They could have just like, you could just recreate Bento by getting different fights from like Fist of the North Star and then intersplicing them with episodes of that food short anime, and then you've just remade Bento.
Yeah, pretty much.
Egg is now sending me pictures of Sonic the Hedgehog poster. I need that poster.
So
Sonic the
overall-
Hedgehog
What's
poster.
the overall score?
The overall average of this anime is a 6.75.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I sound doable.
Which
Alright.
seems about right.
Oh no. Oh.
No, it's fine.
Okay, you're right. You're right. It's fine.
Yep,
I'm
yep,
sorry.
it's all
I'm just
clear.
looking. I'm looking at the person who I'm gonna rate after this. They're watching dank memes. All right, so
All right.
the
we're
meme I
switching
just
to
saw was terrible. Okay, so
Not so dank memes.
next week on Friday we're gonna be talking about Akuno Hano for our manga monthly anime on paper. What if you could read anime of the month?
Fuck. No, okay,
Damn
so
it, Doug.
see when you said Hana, like I raised my arms above my head. I began gathering the spirit bomb, and then you started saying the title of the podcast, and like
You're
it just
right. We should just
dissipated.
call it Good and Login from now on, considering that we're gonna be talking
Yeah.
about it a lot.
Diggy, we almost made it.
I wouldn't let you. I can't let you win, Echo. I can't let you win.
This being part of this podcast has ruined Gurren Lagann for me. I hope you're all happy.
Like 15 minutes ago, I realized we hadn't mentioned it because I almost mentioned it by
I was
accident.
gonna mention it right when we started the stream.
I
but
almost,
like,
I
nah, don't
almost
think I just-
mentioned it myself, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't.
So in
I
2011,
can't
was
reset
that the
the counter
same year?
myself.
No, it's not the same year.
Literally, Otakus Anonymous has ruined Gurren Lagann for me.
Ruined.
Hope you're all happy with that.
Good.
I don't think we're powerful enough to ruin Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann is
I
powerful.
can never watch it
It's kind
again.
of on another realm. I'm sorry.
We
Silver.
ruined Gurren Lagann in a specific radius around ourselves. If anyone is within 4 feet of us, they won't like Gurren Lagann. That's it. It's
That
like
would be a
neg-
horrible thing.
It's
that-
like a
that's like
negative
a-
zone.
That's like a
It's a
Weeb
really shit
Twilight
stand
Zone.
ability.
No, that's like a Weeb Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, but not
Like-
a good episode.
Like 4 feet around you, just everyone hates Gurren Lagann, so you get close to people and you're like, "Oh man, Gurren Lagann is such a good anime. You should watch it." And they just immediately hate it. Like that's Twilight Zone for weebs. That's like
Well,
Larry
anyway.
with Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
Fire
that is exactly like it.
Yeah.
As I was saying though, next month, next week is manga monthly anime on
I'm
paper.
so
What if
angry,
you could
Benny.
read anime?
And then the
And
week
it's-
after that,
It's Akuno Hana chapters 1 through 33. So I hope you guys started that early. We did have a whole month to read it.
And
Talk
the
about
week
the week
after
after
that is
Shingeki no Bahamut Virgin Souls.
we get to see
Yeah.
Nina's squishy face once again. I can't
Hell
wait.
yeah.
Can I initiate a vote to rename Manga Monthly?
no.
To just
it
Gurren
would have
Lagann?
to be a net unanimous with the club. You'd have to get like everyone to say yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can initiate a vote, and if everyone wants to rename it, it can be renamed. We can
Yes.
start a new vote for a new name.
Yes, this is a democracy. You totally can do that.
No. No.
This isn't.
Oh,
This isn't
Sunny.
a democracy. This is a dictatorship.
A dictatorship.
Oh.
Fucking
Oh!
got him.
Oh
Oh my
my
god.
God.
That's
Oh
the
god,
perfect
we
thing to end the stream
call the
on.
pun police now.
Just cut it.
Thank
cut
you
it
everyone
now.
so much for watching. Hope we
Thank
can
you
see you
so
guys
much for
next week for Kuno Hana. And we hope all of you guys have a great day. Mark, I hope you get better. I hope I get better too. We'll start
we'll
streaming
post
again
links.
soon later on tonight. And yeah, have a good day everyone.
Bye.
But, oh,
Bye.
I'm a host
Bye.
this girl, actually. Her name is Donbuddy. And
Like
she,
Like say
an old-
Raider.
yeah, I'm a raid. And she
I,
is
ch-
doing
I
a
channeled,
thing.
I channeled Egg's power
She's
for long
watching
enough to
dank
get that
memes,
pun out.
and she seems pretty funny. Hope you guys enjoy her.
Fake memes.
Got that dank memes.
Will she be as funny as that pun though?
Yay. I think I'm gonna stream
I
pub
hope
with
so.
Echo
Yeah, she
later
will.
in a bit.
Pubga.
Thank you
Larry.
guys for
Pubba-
watching.
Pubba-
Bye.
Goodbye.
I love you.
Bye.